Hello there. Welcome to another stream. I'm back and live again for. I've actually counted how many times I've streamed now. It's got to be pushing 18 months I've been doing this. Anyway, welcome everyone to tonight's stream. I'm late to the beard party. If you are new here, I mostly do older games that I've been playing through, particularly ones I haven't played through before. I'm going to kind of concentrate on those as I'm going forward. The game I've been playing recently is Carrier from the Dreamcast in 2000, Resident Evil style game that I had always wanted to play back in the day, but never got the chance to. So doing it now. But let's go through a few of the usual things. There's some links below under the stream if you would like to take a look at those, including my YouTube, where the VOD for this will be uploaded hopefully by about Sunday, midday GMT, if I can get that sorted in time. I've got to update the links for playlists because I haven't done any of my recent ones on there, so I need to update that. Sorry. I've got a link to my Discord if you would like to join me and chat during the week. Things are a bit quiet there at the moment because there's not many people there as yet, but be a bit more busy as we get some more people on there. A bit of an introvert, if I'm completely honest, so I'm one of these people who's not one to really start up all the conversations, especially online, which is a bit weird for me doing this. There's also my book on Amazon and Kindle if you would like to have a look at that. And if you do happen to purchase a copy, a review would be appreciated. Honest ones. I'm not one of these people who want everything to be 5-star reviews. If you genuinely think the book is shit, then say that, because I think things should be reviewed properly. So I think that covers everything. Yes, good evening, Proserpina. Nice to see you again. I imagine you're probably going to be lurking a bit at some point. So, where were we last week? Let's just switch over to the view. I've got the emulator paused at present because, yes, I'm running an emulator. I don't really have the space or equipment set up to be able to run from original hardware. Plus, there are advantages to running emulators as well. Things like save states and... Where am I going with my... I've just phased out there briefly. Yeah, there's the save states are the big one. Also, reliability of memory as well. Some of the older systems, some of the storage for them is not necessarily reliable, considering how old they are. I mean, the Dreamcast is 20 years old, and some people run on even older hardware than that. So having saves work on them is I think in some cases just a case of changing the battery, but I kind of prefer emulation personally, but I respect people who play on original hardware. But anyway, last week we made a start on the game, and the basic concept or the basic idea of the story was that there's a war between the North and South, and this is talking globally. Only a handful of countries were mentioned. I think they kind of wanted to avoid any political problems. They mentioned America, though. I mean, that's kind of a common thing in a lot of these stories. Mozambique was mentioned as well, which is odd. But there was a war between the North and South, and in order to combat the terrorist group from the South, because that was one of the biggest problems, the Americans made a massive carrier ship that they called the Heimdall. And it was sent to basically destroy one of the major bases for this terrorist group. It went over there, everything was okay, the mission was a success, and then they come back. And then contact was lost. And that's where we come in. I'm playing a character, Sergeant Jack something, I can't actually remember his last name. I believe his name's Jack. And yeah, he survives the helicopter crash when they tried to land on the Heimdall. Considering it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, I believe. Bit weird that they managed to get a helicopter out there, so there must have been something else nearby, but that wasn't shown. Yeah, they got shot down by the Heimdall, crashed on the landing deck, and yeah, there are zombies and plant-based things on board, and the surviving crew are all terrified and trying to fix things. So yeah, Resident Evil style gameplay. Let's just unpause things. It's quiet at the moment because this game doesn't have a lot of music. But yes, yeah, got to get used to the controls again. But yeah, we managed to make our way around. around, where was it? Yeah, we started on the flight deck, which I believe was up here. I don't think there's actually a map of that, because the first place we arrived was in that elevator that was at the bottom of the map there. And that took us up one floor, which was weird, to this floor. This is where most of the game has taken place so far. And yeah, all chaos has broken loose. One thing that's interesting, I'm playing on the English voice acting because of the amount of concentration I need to play with the Japanese is a bit much for streaming. So I'm sticking with the English, and some of the English voice acting is not bad. And then some of it is terrible. The voice acting for the captain is such a forced Scottish accent. I hope we see more of it because it is gloriously bad. Yeah, but eventually we made our way to that second glowing square that's kind of like to the top of the middle of the screen, and that's taken us down, oh, that went up, down to this floor here. And yeah, that's where we are right now. So there was one other survivor of the helicopter crash. I say survivor, we don't know if she survived yet. There was a little spoiler I did see where you can actually play as that other character, and I cannot actually remember her name. But right, so I think okay. Okay, so what do I need to do here? Right. Interesting. Eddie. Right, yeah, Eddie was, I believe, a friend of his brother's. Yeah, because Jack's got his own little story where he's trying to rescue his brother, Bob, who was on board the ship. Ah. Okay, considering those were wooden boxes, I'm kind of surprised they only took out one of them. Okay. Hangar 1, Block A. Okay, danger there. Oh, wow, there's a lot of those things. This is the kind of game that would really do well with a first-person mode. Because I can't see where he's aiming. Okay. How much ammo do I have? Okay, I literally have 4 bullets left and that's it. Okay, I need to find some ammo. Quick. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. I haven't got enough ammo to deal with all of them.
sir. I've just arrived at Deck 2.
You have the bombs.
Yes, sir.
Good. Ahead of you is an elevator used to raise and lower planes. Use it to go to Deck 4.
Roger.
What? Something just spazzed me. Hello there, Tom. We are doing okay tonight. How are you? I literally have one bullet left. Yeah, I'm a bit stuck. Right, where's the map? Okay. So, okay, that. I have not used this weapon before, so I don't know how good it is. Yeah, if only it was at Oh, wow! This thing's actually. That weapon is surprisingly good. Right, my health is. I'm thinking maybe I should have been using this all the time. That took a few shots, but okay, I don't like the way that one's still twitching. Okay, this elevator looks like it's a bit screwed. Was that a med pack? Okay, 2 energy drinks. Yeah, because back in these days, energy drinks were considered health items, weren't they? Okay, this looks like it's been broken beyond repair. Well, there's a crate down there. It's not usable. Well, you know what the corporations are like. Okay. Okay. Wrong button again. So. Okay, the captain said I'm supposed to go to the elevator that goes up to the flight deck. So if this isn't the elevator, then that must mean the other room that I went to might be. Because this clearly looks like a hangar bay of some sort. That's it, keep on twitching, boy. Right, I'm going to use one of these. I've got several of these. Yep, that heals a bit. Keep pressing the wrong button for the map. Okay. I do like the fact you get a targeting thing on anything you can shoot. Doesn't seem to be anything back here, so I guess it's through here again. Yeah, I'm going to keep using this this arc welder thing for all combat, because this is turning out pretty good and it has infinite ammo. Lovely squelching noise the ground's making. Is this a way up? It's not. And that is a great view with the hand hanging there and the maggots. That's really quite.
What the hell was that? Whatever it was, it must be big.
That's suggesting that there might be an incoming boss fight. Yeah, I do not like the sound of this.
It's the doctor.
Oh, that does not look friendly at all.
Hey, what are you doing?
You? I'm activating the elevator. Stay out of the way! I got it!
It's too dangerous. Get away from there.
Nom nom. Okay. Okay. Well, as long as I keep turning with it. This doesn't seem quite so bad. Let's keep my eye out for any. That was, considering I had no ammo for the pistol, I'm surprised how easy that was. But then again, that was the first boss of the game. So, and that wasn't too difficult to figure out either. Messy. Okay. Control panel for the elevator, and I've still got good health. Go to deck 4. Yes. Oh, I thought we were going up. Okay. Midship elevator. I have a suspicion something's gone wrong here. Yeah. Yeah, something's gone wrong. Oh dear. Yes. Okay, right. Unfortunately, I didn't save state that long ago. I did save state a while ago. This is literally right where I started. Okay, let's get through things a little bit quicker. Oh, it did take out 2 of them that time. Actually going to stick with the welder until I get lots more ammo with the Okay. Hopefully we can get through this nice and quickly. Let's see what's this side. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Okay. I guess try it again. I think I'll save just before. Oh, I thought I was dead there. Oh, now I'm dead. Okay, that was brutal. So, when I'm surrounded like that, take out the pistol. Take 3. Right, first room, use the welder. Right, chances of me needing to come back through here again. Oh, they explode, do they? Right. Okay. some of them are twitching, but okay. Right, so at this stage, button again. Yep, got no ammo left. Oh, it says I've got 11 still. Interesting. Right, well, I'm going to stick with the welder for now because as long as I'm, as I say, as long as I'm not surrounded, I can manage okay. Right, skip that cutscene. Okay. Hello there, Swampy. How are you doing? Some more bug murder happening here of a different kind to what we do in Elite, but in some ways still just as gnarly. Yep, that's about the best we can hope for most of the time.
What the hell was that?
Okay.
Whatever it was.
Right, I'm going to save state here. And skip this cutscene because we've seen it once already. Okay, I did not see it firing the little buggers at me last time. Couple more hits. There we go. Right, it's dead once again. Right, so last time it wasn't happy during the next cutscene, so let's see if it does the same thing again. Yeah, it's done the same thing again. Okay, let's see if I can skip anything. No, it's very much not happy. That is mildly infuriating. Right, I'm going to have to go online and see if there are any known issues with this game. Oh, what was the... Right, that's more specific to this one emulator. Okay. Okay, this page has got the Naomi compatibility list. Doesn't say anything about... Okay. Okay, changing games without closing, reloading, retro. Okay, that's fine. I can't seem to find a full compatibility list. Okay. Right, I can't seem to find a way past this problem. I think the only thing I can do really is try some of the settings to see if there's anything I can try to make it work, because sometimes graphic settings can cause issues. Okay, let's switch that on just in case. Switch that on. I haven't actually done much with Dreamcast emulating before, so Dreamcast GPU features typically used for games to draw shadow objects. This should normally be enabled. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. I go no. Nah. Where was that? The options. I guess the video options performance. Okay, right, let's switch the threading off just in case that's causing the issue. Because you never know with some emulators. Because sometimes optimizations they put in to try and fix, get things to run faster actually cause problems. Nope. This is mildly infuriating. Forced use of high-level emulation. Okay. Memory management unit emulation. Okay. Again. No, that's this is a problem. I don't know what to do. Okay, that's just a GitHub page. Ah, here we go. Okay, right. Doesn't have more information. Oh, yes, it does. Okay. Right, Flycast version. Very low frame rate in game, 13 to 15 always, except in certain rooms. And that's it. That's the only issue that's being. So I've encountered a problem that doesn't seem to be recognised on the how old is this? Right, that was commented in January 2021, so that's 2 years ago. Let's try a different way of checking. Try. No, I can't see anything online of anyone who's encountered this problem before. I wonder. Right, okay, I can't climb back out again, so. Yeah, I'm effectively soft locked here. Okay, that's just a PDF for the game. No, I can't see anywhere that anyone has encountered this problem. And if I was off stream, I'd just spend ages going through the options to try and find various things to see what might fix it. Okay. See if that makes a difference. So I'm basically shooting in the dark here to try different things. I have a horrid feeling I'm not going to be able to get past this bit. And we're barely into the... Yeah. Okay, none of those are going to have any difference. So I don't know what the problem is. I think what's happening is it's not loading the next area. Oh dear. As I say, I'm stuck. I don't know what I can do. Let's just look up an FAQ, see if anything is mentioned. I doubt it, but... Okay. Okay then, so... Right, that I think is earlier on. No, that's not it. Okay, Colonel tells him to use the bombs and the elevator to get to deck 4. Okay. Right, use the elevator control panel to go to deck 4. And then... yeah, because the game's supposed to load into the next area. I'm trying different permutations of things I can search to try and find something, but there doesn't seem to be anything. Urgh. That's something else. Oh, most of these are videos. I don't want to load up any videos. Unfortunately, the title of the game, Carrier, is bringing up loads of things completely unrelated. This is problematic because I was kind of hoping I could play some more of this. I mean, in theory, closing the emulator and reopening it might make a difference. It shouldn't, but you never know. Okay. Let's load the state. Yeah, this is the only... I'm literally in a situation, I've beaten the boss, and this is the only place I can go. There's nowhere to go back, either. Yeah, so that is... If it's a problem with my save, then I'm kind of stuck. If it's a problem with the emulator... Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, this is something I'm going to have to look into in a bit more detail. I mean, I've got videos popping up of other people who've played the game through emulators, and they've got right through from beginning to end. So, so I think this kind of means I can't carry on playing the game tonight. That's mildly infuriating. So, I mean, as you can see, I've got plenty of other games I can have a play around with, but this was kind of the one I was wanting to play. I mean, it could be a problem with the ROM, so I may have to do something about that, but again, that's something I can't exactly do on stream. Yes, I've got quite a few games to go through. I'm planning on doing Code Veronica X at some point. I'm actually planning on doing a Resident Evil run through because I want to play the original Resident Evil 3, because I never managed to get very far in it back in the day, and I've heard people say play the original one before playing the remake, which something I'll do at some point. How far into the game? I'm literally second stream. I'm like barely 2 hours in. So it is something I can restart again at another point. But yeah, I mean, what should happen is I go through the elevator, it loads into the next area, and then the animation plays. It could be it's positioning him wrong, so it could be it's positioning him underneath the map, and so he just ends up falling, and the animation plays. But because he's not reaching the place he's supposed to be reaching for the cutscene to finish, that's one of the problems with real-time cutscenes, with the way that a lot of games used to do it, because the way they did it was they actually took control of the character, and they had input controls to move the character to a particular location, and they just use the in-game mechanics to do it. But if the character's not in the right place, it can break things, and unfortunately emulators do introduce that. I do have a previous save, which is the actual VMU save that I did, but that literally is where I was at the beginning of the stream. So to use that, I've got to reboot console. And I've got a feeling the same thing's going to happen. Let's just skip through all of these. So yeah, I can give that a try. Which after nearly an hour of stream, I've pretty much made no progress. Every Resident Evil style game does that. Has that little view. Come on. Carrier. And every Resident Evil style game does that as well. Okay. Yeah. So let's right. I'm not going to stop to pick any items up or anything. I'm literally just going to run straight through. Just to see if I can actually make any progress at all. Don't mind me. Right. So a nice and quick way back to here. Okay. Right. Okay, there's no skipping this. Yeah, I'm not holding out my hopes that this is going to work. So, hang on, let's see if there's anything. Because there was no way back up here. I couldn't climb this. Here we go. Oh, worked this time. Okay. Right, and I left quite a few things behind. Hopefully I'll gain access to these areas again then. Because it'd be rather annoying because there was then again it was only 2 health items. So okay. Right, thank you for the suggestion, Tom. That's I don't know why that worked, but right. Moving on. Let's see how far we can actually get. That was a...
Sounds like a fight.
Sounds like a fight. Okay. Right, well, before the fight happens, or I join the fight, I'm going to save. Because that's what we do in games. We completely ignore everything that's going on. Okay. Is this a... More T-bombs. Nice. Okay. Right, there's quite a few ways to go. Okay, this looks like a prison. Looks very much like a prison. And there's 4 doors. Okay, that's interesting. There's 4 doors along this side of the room. And that door there, according to the map, doesn't exist. Okay, I didn't save state, so I'm going to do a normal loadout. Actually see the game over screen properly. Ah. Wasn't much to that. Yeah, so that little welder weapon is not amazing. Okay, just pick those up again. Okay. Get down and stay down. That's one of the level 1, level 2, level 3. So okay, so right, okay then. Stick to the welder for now, because if I can save ammo. Yeah, the thing I was mentioning before I went in there is that it looks like there's a door through there. Although, thinking about it, there it is, up on the gangway. Right. Let's see what's in these rooms. Elevator to deck 6. Okay, right, so... yeah, and the age-old gamification thing of you have one specific elevator to go to each specific floor, and there's one hub floor where all the elevators go to. Okay. Oh. What is left of the pilot? Okay. Now again, there's 2 doors. There's one of them is on the not from the other side. One's on the gangway. So right, so by the looks of it, there's no way back to deck 2. Or deck 1 for that matter. Because the flashing yellow parts are elevators or ladders. There's 2 at the top that you might just be able to see. Those are ladders that go right the way up to the flight control deck and the navigation deck. The one at the bottom of the screen was from the beginning of the game, and that one links to the separated bit right at the very bottom there. And the other one was the one I'd used at the end of last week's stream that brought us down to the bit at the top there, which we've just been through several times because of that problem I was having. So I don't see... I mean, there's clearly a way to get to deck 2 again, but that seems completely separate. Whether it connects up again with deck 1, I mean, I picked up a map of deck 1 and that's everything. So, yeah. So I've got an elevator that goes to... Let's see what numbers we've got. Elevator that goes to deck 3, and that's probably that gangway. Slight glitch there. But I'm tempted... yeah, I'm going to go through here, stay on deck 4 for the moment. Okay, hangar bay and then deck 4, first hold. Wait a minute. I can't get through. So that door's locked. Right, okay. So... so those doors are on the side again, they're up on the higher gangway. I wonder. Yep, I can see those doors. I can see one of those doors there, but not both of them. The map says there's 2. Oh, blast it. I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's the next room along. Okay, right, let's head up to deck 3, which I believe should be... No, it's not. Okay, where's Mario? There's a lot of shrooms here.
What? Mushrooms? What exactly is going on here? Must be a dead end. Oh, come on. There it is. I just have to get rid of the mushrooms.
I've no idea what you looked at there. Ah, there we go. I can actually see that now. Don't see anything popping up. Oh. I've got 20 of these. I'm still gonna save them. That got rid of the mushrooms. That was a little too easy. Okay, I don't like how fuzzy some of these things look, like hairy. Okay, so I can see up that way. Don't actually know where I'm supposed to be going, so it's just going to be a case of explore. Okay. That looks like a... that part of the map looks like how chainsaws were rendered in really, really old games back in the days of like 4 colour screens or 8 colour screens. That just gave me a nostalgia hit of, like the old BBC Micro games. Right, so that's a corridor with loads of rooms off the side of it. Okay, let's see, anything further down? No. Check the first room. Oh. Okay. Taking a little bit of damage. Another T-bomb. Okay. I don't think I'm going to need... Was he looking at something? I was looking at that down there. He was looking at the body. Right. So I've got probably more T-bombs than I'm ever going to need. And the game is still throwing them at me. It'd be nice if it throws some... pistol ammo. Door is damaged. Looks like it won't open. Okay. Nice that it's marking those rooms as inaccessible. Okay. Damage and inaccessible, so that probably means... Does that door look damaged? Welded shut. Welded shut, but it hasn't marked the room as inaccessible, so that means I must get in there through another room. Doesn't seem to be anything further down other than that door. This door is damaged and won't open. So what about this one? Welded shut. Two more doors. There's this one. Damaged, won't open. Right, okay. So those two doors at the bottom are ones that we'll be able to open at some point. More hairy things on the wall. Don't like it. Okay, nothing ahead of me. I like the fact that with this I can actually see through all of the plant things. It makes it difficult to see them, but it does mean that I can see the way the room actually is shaped. Ah, okay, there's more. And something I just noticed. You see some of the doors are flashing in time with the elevator. That tells me there's something important about those. Well, let's test every door first. Oh, this one looks damaged. Won't open. Yeah, this one looks... This one opens. I'm probably going in the complete wrong direction for where I'm supposed to be. Okay, this is quarters, right. It's an object. Ooh, I did not know I can scan objects. Right, doesn't tell me what the object is, but... Every camera angle now is aiming at it. 2 machine gun magazines. I don't have a machine gun. Yet. So yeah, machine gun ammo is going to be scarce. That much is obvious. Oh, there's a door that I missed. Door is damaged, won't open. Okay, I did not see that door at all. that door is probably going to be inaccessible as well, yes. I don't know the fact that further down the corridor is looking completely dark. Door is damaged. Okay, this next one is the first one where the door's flashing. Ah, right, that could just be the fog for the, the render effect. It's locked. Okay. Ah, those two doors have red lights over the numbers, which tells me that they are locked. So that one's going to be locked as well. So, door for room 303, 103 or 301, it's locked. Interesting that one he mentions the room number. This one he just says it's locked. Subtle bits of significance there. Right. So these are like crew quarters, I believe. So through here, what do we find? More things to shoot. Okay.
Hey, I'm part of the Spark team. Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. It's just these damn cactuses. If they weren't here, we could get out more easily.
If we could only get rid of them.
What was the weak point of cactuses? Someone was telling me about cactuses recently, but I can't remember.
I see. Then I'll see if I can't find a way.
Do what you can. Here, take this. It may come in handy.
Ah, energy drink. And if I remember correctly, the plural for cactus is cacti, not cactuses. Okay. Okay. I see the end of the corridor. Oh, another save point. I've got so many of these bloody bombs. That did nothing. Can't even interact with it. Hang a minute. T7 bomb, a T9 bomb. You know what? What the hell? Oh, he hasn't been drinking any of them yet. Right, this is the T9 bomb, so this one should be bigger. Okay, that was a waste of the bomb, so I'm taking that back. Hang on. No, there's no door that way. Okay. So, now to head back to where the elevator was.
Someone was telling me about cactuses recently, but I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe you should get up to the flight deck, because that's where all the survivors have been sent so far. Yeah, through here. So this is back where the elevator was, where I came up from deck 4. So the only other part I haven't been through here is this room. Okay, got a kind of pointless corridor end here. Nothing visible. Oh. Right, that should be all of those. Those things are a pain. Okay. Right. Ooh. That door has a green glow on it, but it has red lights. What does that mean? It's locked. B lock is written above the key slot. Okay. So that means I can get the key for it. So through here. More things to kill probably. Wardroom. Ah. Object. Okay.
No! Don't kill me!
Relax, I'm human, part of the Spark team.
Spark team?
Hurry to the flight deck. You have to get out of here.
You got it.
Interesting he wasn't quite so enthusiastic on getting the other one out. Okay, so one-handed. A level 2 energy drink obtained. I wonder what else is in here. Because this is clearly the officers' officers' quarters. Everything seems normal. All right, he actually opened the drawer. Everything seems normal. An old painting showing the military port at Norfolk. Some subtle product placement for whatever brand of beer that might be. Oh. Ship intercom. Seems to be broken. Oh, with that number pad, I thought there was going to be a safe of some kind. Everything is in order. Okay then. A T9 bomb obtained. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, everything seems normal. I'm glad I went to ransack this person's room. Why they'd be keeping a T9 bomb in their wardrobe is an interesting thought. Right, there's a mini door a bit further up. That should be my next... Oh, there's somebody on the floor. Oh. There's an object on the body. Another T9 bomb. Okay. Right. Ah, that's a small, that's a ladder, that is. So that door to the left of me is up there. Right, let's go and find out. Janky ladder climbing animation. And I was right. Magazine. In other words, weapons lockers. Is that what I think it is? A machine gun. Submachine gun with a 30 round magazine, manufactured by Revenge Hill. Right, I'm going to hold off on using that. And there's a save room in here as well. Or save point. So let's make use of that. Oh, actually, what do we find in here? This game is showering me in bombs. I mean, is there going to be a boss further on in the game that requires the use of them? I'm going to stick to using the welder for the moment, but let's see if there's anything in the lockers. Pistol magazines. Fantastic. Storage locker. Are the others going to be empty? They are, aren't they? That's annoying. Right, I'm glad I came up here. The fact that there's a save point also suggests that something may happen in the next room. Now, one thing I was thinking just a moment ago, one of the interesting things with the Dreamcast was it was probably the first games console that was able to do 24-bit colour on a regular basis. I believe the Saturn and PlayStation were able to do it, but it was the setup needed to be able to run it was such a pain, most developers didn't bother. The Dreamcast made it so much easier to be able to do it, and this, well, it feels to me like this is one game that definitely did use that ability. It might also be a lot clearer because I'm running on a 4K screen with very good colour, but yeah, the Dreamcast was quite unusual for its time. It really stood out with what it was capable of doing. And I've just noticed something. There was I can't remember. Did I go through that door down the other way, or did I just come straight into this corridor? Let's go find out. Because there's every possibility I missed something. Yeah, I did not come up here at all. I've got a funny feeling for some reason that something's going to happen. I don't know why. No, it's another corridor. Coming around the other side. Oh, it's those. Danger ball sacks.
What the? Human. There's humans inside.
There are humans inside. I don't like the fact that I'm not able to target these. And I think now is probably a good time to have my break. It's just about to turn 8:30, so I'm just going to pause the game here. I'm glad we managed to get past that problem. We would have been able to get quite a bit further than we have done. I may have to do something on the VOD when I upload this. So if you're watching this on YouTube VOD, you would have seen what I've done with that. Yeah, this is getting a bit gnarly. I'm hoping it gets gnarlier. I really am, because I'm very intrigued to where this is going to go. It's wearing the Resident Evil influences on its sleeve, but it's doing things different enough that I'm very much liking it. I'm definitely going to recommend this to Matt if he's never played it before. But let us just set up my little holding screen, just so you've got something, so it's just not a blank view of me not sat here. But yeah, if you are enjoying watching this, give me a follow. Also find me on YouTube to subscribe over there, link below, along with playlists that I've got for my videos. I need to update those. My Discord as well, if you'd like to join for a chat during the week. And also my book on Amazon. There's a link for that as well. So yes, I'm going to take a short break. So I shall be back in about 10 minutes. So I shall see you soon. And we are back. Hope you are all still doing well. That I was worried that was going to take a little bit longer than normal because my wife greeted me with a bowl of fruit that was a bit more than I anticipated for a quick snack. So yes, I munched on all of that. And yes, now we are ready to continue walking through this corridor of ball sacks. I've literally just had a horrid thought. That door that's red over there probably means it's locked. Or it's a different kind of a different lock will be need, or a different key will be needed for it. Once I go through there, once I open that door, what's the betting all of these are going to drop and whatever's in them? And whatever's in them comes out. Distracted there by this little guy. Die! That's it, fizz away. Okay, so we've got this door here. Can go through. So this one might actually trigger. I heard moaning. What the... Oh. Bloody... I got hit because I couldn't see it through the camera angle. Right, I've got a few of those. Hang on. Level 3, level 2, submachine gun ammo, pistol ammo. Okay, the order on these is a little bit weird. Oh, there's an object on the body. Oh, there's an object. Along with the way through here. Okay. 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 Another T9 bomb. What else is here? No, those don't seem to be openable. Right. Okay, so another red door, looking at it. So that probably means it's locked. This is another intercom, I believe. Ship intercom seems to be broken. What's the betting all of them are broken? The security lock is activated. Right. Okay. Can't do anything about grabbing those meals. Oop. Pictures of the Heimdall. Right. I don't think the ball sacks are all going to drop here. Oh, hello. Wow, there's a few of these. There's another one over there. Another two. Watch out for falling ball sacks, yeah. I have a feeling that those torsos are something of what's come out of those sacks. Okay, so that door is red and it's covered in mushrooms. So rather than waste a bomb, that was not a waste. That was not a waste at all. Now this is where I find out the door's locked. Locked, deactivated. Kind of unnecessary. Oh. Oh. Right, how's my health looking? Okay. Right, and this actually connects up as well. Yeah. So if I've just disabled the lock, does that mean that the lock in the mess hall is also disabled? Yeah, okay. That might be something, but I'm curious about what's up at that green door. You're still twitching. Okay, so that door looks locked. Locked. B-lock. Okay, so that's the second door I've seen with that on there. Okay. Well, before I head up to the connection with the other corridor at the top there, I'm going to see what's through here.
Colonel!
Jack, whatever's happening on this ship is much more than we imagined.
Yep.
Yeah, it's more serious than anything I've ever experienced. They look like monsters, but if you remember, they were once members of the crew. It makes things a bit difficult.
Yeah, I agree. But we can't allow ourselves to be swayed by our emotions.
This writing.
I don't know what happened here or what's going to happen. But it's our duty to find out and limit the damage as much as possible.
Yeah.
It is disturbing that we don't know where the doctor and Jessifer are, but all we can do is continue our investigation as quickly as possible.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry for my weakness.
There's no need to apologize. We're all human. It's just that now is not the time to be emotional.
Right. Yes, sir.
Captain Lang should be releasing the external door to Deck 4 on the catwalk. If he's successful, we'll be able to enter Deck 4 from there. Until then, check everything that you can.
Yes, sir.
In other words, go everywhere. Right. Okay. I want to head back and check those other doors that I haven't checked yet. Because that's a subtle hint of just go everywhere that you possibly can, check everything you possibly can. So, this door up here. So this connects to the other. Right. That deals with them. That way. And that way. Okay. So unless there's any items up here. Nope, that just leads back into somewhere I've been previously. That's all of them. Okay, those are not coming up as dangerous. Which is... I'm not sure if that's reassuring or not. Oh, look at this. Another door covered by mushrooms. Let's drop another bomb. That might explain why the game has given me so many. Head. That's it, just head. And I do not like the sound of this room at all. Okay. The hands and feet have been partially eaten. Must have been the monster from a moment ago. I like the subtle close the door. No one here. And this one? No one here. No surprise. The fact that this room's just called Head. Closet for cleaning tools. There doesn't seem to be anything useful. Okay. Right, so the only thing in here was the healing item. But it was a level 3 healing item. So, that was worth doing. Right. Okay. You know what? I was just thinking I might go back to the that floor with all the elevators. Actually, no, I don't want to go this way. Actually, the other thing I was thinking, rather than go all the way back to the floor with the elevators, let's check out the remaining rooms on this floor. Which means going back to where the Colonel is, which is through here, I think. Yeah. Save. Okay. Right, so there's 2 doors here. One up on the gangway and this one to this side. So, let's see what we can find. Passageway. Okay. Let's go back up and go onto that gangway. Climb, 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 climb. Awkwardly we go. Right, this is going to be some kind of gauntlet, I imagine. What's down here? Nothing. Is that... Right. I was worried that there was going to be some kind of hazard. Yeah, that sparking I thought was some kind of hazard that was going to be an obstacle that I had to try and get around with timing. But no. Oh, we are outside and there's someone below. It still says mess hall. What's the best thing they've moved once I get down here? No.
Who is it? Captain Lang.
Jack?
I saw the Colonel earlier. It seems that you can get to Deck 4 from here.
It looks that way, but the lock is activated, and it won't open. It'd be fastest to blow it with explosives, but the place is no good. It might destroy the catwalk, too.
Isn't there something that we can do?
Well, it'll take some time, but leave it to me. While I'm taking care of it, you check Deck 3 and see what you can find.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's a very weird design to everything. The whole layout of this just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. But I think that's the case for a lot of Resident Evil style games, including Resident Evil. Okay. Right, so that will be the way forward once we unlock that that doorway. Which, if I'm reading right, yeah, literally is directly below us from where this corridor is. Let's head down and head back to that other corridor further up. Oh. Colonel, why are you in my way? Thank you. Okay, not reading anything. There are 2 doors further down. I'd be willing to bet I might need explosives to get through some of them. Let's go find out. Yep. Always blow up the mushrooms. Right, okay, I can see that one. He's trying to get through the... yeah. Okay, that seems to be all of them. That's interesting. It's showing both. I'm guessing these... that's kind of odd. Both this and the next corridor along are part of the same area? That's strange design. Right. Okay. I've got a feeling these actually join in the next room, just at different parts of it. There's a few too many to use that weapon with. Right. No. I was expecting there to be this room that went between those two doorways, so... Huh. Oh, is this going to come to the other side of the mess hall? That might be the case. Hey friend, you got something hanging at your face. Oh well. Yeah, this welder is okay against single enemies, but against groups it's not as good. Let's see where this goes. Rec Center. Ah, we have another human. Who is perfectly safe. Oh, that was a messy game of pool.
Don't come any closer. I'll shoot.
Calm down. I'm part of the Spark team.
Spark team? Are you human?
Yeah, you're safe.
Oh, I was trying to get this transmitter to work, but it won't turn on without a battery. If we get it to work, we could communicate with other parts of the ship.
A battery, huh?
Actually, just before the accident, a sailor was going to repair the transmitter. Maybe he took out the battery and didn't put it back in.
I'll see if I can find one. You evacuate to the flight deck.
Oh, yeah. Here, take this. It might come in handy.
Thanks.
Oh, that
I'll
accent.
get up there shortly. Be careful.
2 machine gun magazines. Okay. Everything seems normal. Disco Inferno pinball machine. Everything seems normal. What does he say at the pool table? So much blood. So that, it's an intercom. With an emergency battery, it looks usable. Okay. Right, I don't have any batteries at the moment, so... That would mean I'd need to come back here. Some arcade machines. Everything's... That's all he's going to say about these, isn't it? Everything's normal. Just a soft drink machine, everything else seems normal. Okay. Right, is there anything spawned in here that I need to deal with? I'm still curious about why some of them fizz away and some of them don't. I don't know if I've missed something. There's some piece of information that explains that. I don't hear footsteps or sloppy noises. Right, so now to find out what's on the other side, and maybe that one leads to the other side of the mess hall. Because we also have the other decks to go to, the other elevators which go to decks 5 and 6, I believe. That's just an end of a corridor, isn't it? Yeah. I don't see anything. Okay. That's not a friendly looking corridor, is it? But I don't see anything dangerous down there. Right, can't see anything more. No, that's all of it. Right, so what is through here? Ooh.
What happened to you?
Who are you?
Spark.
Oh. So you've come to save us?
Are you okay?
I've been better. I'll be okay. Don't worry.
No, he's
You can
not.
hold on a little bit longer. I'll find a way to help you.
It's impossible. Thanks to the mutants, I've been isolated. Here, take this.
I love that little clip of it spinning through the air. Okay, so the B ID card, so that would be the lock B.
It's my ID card. It should help you get around Deck 3. There should be more survivors on this deck. I'll be fine.
Okay. I'll return as soon as I can.
Okay. Oh, perfect timing there. Perfect timing. I'm curious. I want to see what's... Hang on a minute. Just in case. Just in case there's an insta-death. There's a big hole. There's a big hole. And there's no jump button in this either. So... So that is a cue for a future boss, I think. So now I've got the B lock key, or the ID. And so where... Oh, that literally just leads to the other side. So, where was the B lock used? I think those two green ones on the right hand side are ones that it can be used for, and I think one of the two doors at the bottom. So I've got quite a ways to go. So lots of backtracking.
Is anyone there? This is Noble of the Spark team.
Doc! Doctor, you made it! It's Jack!
Jack, you okay? What happened to everyone else?
The Colonel and Captain Lang are okay, but I don't know where Lieutenant Manning is.
Good. I've made it to computer room 1 on deck 6. I'm running some checks, but Arc seems to have spread rapidly around the engine section.
Ark? What's Ark?
Arc is an ancient life form that was discovered on island NC0023 in the South Pacific. However, it seems to be more than just a simple life form. I'm not checking the records with Zoe, the computer, but part of the system has become uncontrollable. It's taking some time.
The main computer? That could be a problem. The weapons control system is controlled by the computer.
I know, even the ballistic missiles are under its control.
Typical.
Ballistic missiles? Jeez, Doc.
Hey, don't get so excited. Zoe is my baby. I made her.
Which means she's going to kill you.
Back under control.
Okay, we're counting on you.
The problem is there may not be enough time. If I can't complete the repairs in time, I'll have to destroy Zoe. So we'll have to work together. The two of you must come to deck 6.
We'll get there as soon as we can. Colonel. Colonel, I've received a transmission from the doctor.
It's okay?
Yes, sir. He is now in computer room 1 on deck 6. He's repairing the main computer.
Hope everything's going well.
He said if he runs out of time, in the worst case scenario, he'll have to blow the computer. Just in case, I'd like to meet you in the computer room.
I see. Let's move quickly with the investigation and catch up with the doctor as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. I'll get going now.
Have you heard from Manning?
No, at this point, she's still unaccounted for, sir.
Let's hope that she's okay. If you hear anything, let me know.
Of course, sir. Then I'll return to the investigation.
Right, so straight down here. I literally just thought, considering the problem I had earlier on, this is a save point that I should probably make use of, just in case. So I don't think I want to lose any progress again. Okay. Right, so these things are one shot with this... No, 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 no. You know what? I'm just going to leave them. Through the door, you numpty. Through the door. Right, let's just do a quick heal. Actually, yeah, that'll do for now. Nothing there. Right. So oh, there's a couple of them. Oh, and he's... Oh, he was stuck in a doorway. The other one? Down you go. Right. So, if I'm right, this door should... Yeah.
Who are you? Friend or enemy?
Sergeant Ingalls from the Spark team. Are you all right?
Thanks to the locks, I was able to get away from the monsters. There should be others still alive. But with all these cactuses, I can't help them. Can't you do something?
I'll do my best.
Oh, here, take this key. It should come in handy.
Another key. Access key
Thanks.
obtained.
I'll take care of your friends. You head to the flight deck and join the other crew members.
All right, then. I'm counting on you.
I will. Get going now.
I think one of the settings changes I made has actually fixed the problem with the faces I was having last week. Because I haven't noticed any of the same things happening around their eyes and mouths. Another T9 bomb. Ship intercom seems to be broken. Like all the others. Right. Oh. So, hang on a minute. What's this cash register? Cash register seems to be untouched. Or till, as we call them here in this country. Audio equipment. Toiletries. Audio equipment next to toiletries? Hang on a minute. Foodstuffs. Okay, where is this item that I can apparently pick up? Okay, I'm confused. There's supposed to be an item I can pick up here. That did nothing. Oh, that did do something. Okay, right. There's, I think, 2 more. The next one. Let's go this way to get to it. I think this was one of the first ones I found over here. Let's change weapons. Just in case I don't want to accidentally be putting bombs down when something's lurching towards me. Right. Oh, he's stuck behind the... Okay. Right, so it was this door here, I think. Alright, all B-locks have been unlocked, so that's the last one. I thought there was one other. And there's a... Ah, yes, there's a one lying on the ground. Right. Okay. So, pistol magazine. Right, I've got to be the other side to pick that up. Oh, third flight team. Team leader's diary, Michael Petrovsky. Okay, so we have a Russian. So that means we're going to hear a Russian accent at some point. Possibly. When we deliver the container from NC0023, we will be able to head for New House. Maybe I'll make it in time for Mary's 9th birthday. Nah. I'd hate to miss yet another of her birthdays. Well, there was an explosion in the engine room, but it doesn't seem to have affected our progress. At breakfast, one of the guys sitting near me went crazy and attacked another sailor. We had to shoot him. Maybe he's a member of the Southern Cross? No, I think he's infected. I went to room 301 for a battery for the ship's intercom, but the passageway was full of mutants and I couldn't get through. What now? Will I ever see Mary again? Right, room 103. 103. 301, numpty. 301, so that is the room at the far left of that corridor down the bottom there. Okay, so that's where I need to head to. So tape, access key, what is that? Right, necessary to operate the security system. Okay. What else do we have here? Room 301 key obtained. Okay then. So I think I'll head to room 301 and then on my way back I will check the mess hall. Which is that room there. Because there's got to be something through there, and I think the security card that I got from the guy who died immediately after, the guy over the gap. I think that might open it.
Who are you?
Spark Team.
Oh,
We're here to evacuate survivors and search the ship. We're sending all survivors to the flight deck. Get up there.
The flight deck? But no one can leave if you don't deactivate the intercept system.
We'll handle it. Head to the flight deck.
Okay, here, take this. It's the map data for this area.
ah. Considering I've almost completely uncovered all the areas, all the rooms of this floor. Right, so what have I missed? Okay. Right. There's more behind the mess hall than I thought there was. Okay. Right, security room. Room 301, 303, 306, 316. Quarters. General store locker. Rec room. Okay. Now that's interesting. Those two rooms, 301 and 303, are listed. But those two that are highlighted in green at the bottom are not. Right, gonna need to think about finishing up soon. It's approaching 9:30, and I would like to raid someone if there is someone available. So I think I'll sort out stuff in room 301 and then have a look to see if anyone is available for raiding. Oh, hello. Oh yes, you are safe.
Someone was telling me about cactuses recently, but I can't remember.
Ah, yes, right. So, unlocked room. Key is no longer necessary. Key for one room, so throw it away for somebody else to use and lock it. Huh. Okay, you look...
Drop it. I'm Sergeant Ingalls, Spark Team.
Spark team? Great.
Yeah, you should go to the flight deck.
Okay.
Hey, do you know a pilot named Bob Ingalls?
Yeah, I know him. His room's next to mine. You looking for him?
Uh-huh, he's my brother.
Bob's brother? He went to help his friends and didn't come back. I think he's still alive, but I don't know. I hope that he's okay.
Thanks. Hurry to the flight deck.
Okay, I'm out of here. By the way, there should be a battery for the transmitter somewhere nearby. I took it out when I was working on the transmitter. I already repaired it, so all you have to do is put in the battery. You should take it with you. Here, take this too. You can never have too many.
Bombs? Oh no.
Thanks.
Pistol ammo. Yes. Oh, he's in a bad way. There's something I've just noticed. A lot of these people that I'm rescuing, their skin is green. Now, this isn't something to do with limitations of the colours, because Jack's skin is not green. Okay, so I now have the battery. So while I'm over here, I'm going to go see if I can... Oh no, I haven't got anything to deal with the, the cactus.
Do you copy?
Yes, this is Jack.
Open the external door on deck 4.
Great, I'll head for deck 4. The Colonel ordered me to go to deck 4 as soon as the door was open.
I'm now on deck 4, but the internal door doesn't open. And I'm stuck until the lock is deactivated. There's no use in you coming.
What a surprise.
I've reported the same to the Colonel. The doors on this deck are controlled in the security room on deck 3. See if you can't find the control panel for the lock.
Roger that.
I'm counting on you. In the meantime, I'll take a look around here.
Take a look around a room that he can't get out of? Yeah, because security room is that one at the far right. Yeah, have a good one, Swampy. I will see you in the game tomorrow. Let's see, while I'm at it, let's have a quick look. Who's available to be raided? Okay, something's not right with my... There we go. Okay, nobody is online. Let's just have a quick look on actual Twitch. No, no one I follow is online right now. In that case, I might as well carry on. If there's nobody to raid, then there's nobody to stick around and chat with. So let's go on a little bit longer. Right, as I say, the security room is that white one to the far right, far left, sorry, as it's highlighted. And I have a feeling what I need to get in there is in the general storage locker because it's covered with cactus. So, so I need to get over there. I've got a feeling. Right, someone's coming this way. Right. Okay, so it's locked. Right, so that is the room for Bob. Right, so yeah, I've been in 306. So 308 isn't a room I can go in. So is that? Don't hear anything. No. So 310. The door is welded shut. Oh! Ooh, okay. I thought I heard another one. What do we find on here? Okay, energy drink. His body is covered in wounds. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected considering he's surrounded by blood. Okay, so that was a bit of a jump scare, that thing coming out of that. Does the other one have a similar thing? Right, okay, so that one's melted away, but the other one hasn't. Okay. More healing items. Oh, pistol magazines. Okay. Right, this seems to be building up towards maybe a boss fight. Okay. Right, so there's only one room. It's indicating that it is possible to get in room 303. So, just a bit further. I wonder what is going to be necessary to do that. It could be the security room.
Sergeant Ingalls, can you hear me? This
Ah.
is Lieutenant Manning.
Lieutenant Manning, you okay?
Yeah, I just came to.
But more importantly, he saved me.
Lieutenant, what happened? I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me? You're alive.
Brother.
Who? Did what?
Your brother is alive.
Lieutenant.
That's obvious. But that does indicate what happened with her, because she said that she's just come round. So she's been unconscious all this time. Okay.
Colonel, I received a transmission from Lieutenant Manning.
What? Where is the lieutenant now?
There was a lot of static and the transmission was cut before I could find out.
But it is good to know that she's okay. I also tried to get a hold of the lieutenant, but had no success. If you hear from her again, have her join us.
Yes, sir.
Lang reported that you were on your way to the security room. What's the situation?
I'm heading there now. It should be on this level, but I haven't found it yet.
With the cactuses all over the place, maybe the door is covered up by the cactuses.
Yep.
Keep your eyes peeled and continue the investigation.
Yes, sir.
Right, so yeah, I need to go past you and this way. Ah, the ballsack room. I'd forgotten about the ballsack room. Right. Let's see. The security lock is activated. Right, I need the I need access to the security room. So that won't open until I've been in there. So yeah, now that I've got the battery, I can head round to the rec room again. So quite a bit of backtracking here. Although thankfully it's not backtracking through the entire area. And this room is going to be full of those jumpy... Right, I'm going to use this save point again. Just to be safe. Have I hit the 3-hour mark? Not quite. But I should do before we are done. I want... yeah, I want the one with the ladder. That's a weird way to get to the rec room as well. Nothing dangerous. Yeah, the fact you've got to come through here, climb up a ladder onto a gangway that leads through to the rec room. Very strange design. At least through to a corridor that comes round to the rec room. Now there shouldn't be any monsters in here because it's so isolated and cut off. And I'm correct. So, ship intercom. Attach the battery.
This is Marcel. Is anyone there?
Yeah, this is Spark, Sergeant Ingalls.
Spark, you've come to save us?
Yeah?
Are you already on the ship?
Yes, I'm on deck 3 in the amusement room. Where are you?
I'm not far away, in the Deck 3 security room.
Security room? You can open the deck 4 partition there.
Yeah, but I can't do it. I don't have the access key.
I've got the access key. Tell me where you are.
You turn right after passing the crew living quarters, and it's right there. But there are some really nasty cactuses growing all over outside. Unless you can get rid of them, you won't make it in here.
What a pain in the ass. Any idea how to get rid of them?
We found out that they don't like water. With a lot of water, you should be able to get rid of all of them.
A lot of water.
Yeah, I've got an idea. can use the sprinkler system. If you open the valve of the storage tank in the storage room, The fire suppression sprinkler should go on.
Then I'll head for the storage room. Tell me where it is.
You can get there through the cafeteria.
Okay, leave it to me.
Ah, hang on a minute. How's he able to open that without the access key? And also, cacti store water. So how could you have a cactus or a form of cactus that is allergic to water? So, okay, heading back round to the mess hall again. So yeah, this has got quite a bit of running around. Backwards and forwards. So yeah, I think what I might do is get to the security room now and think about finishing up there then. Oh yeah, I've got to go through that room no matter what, haven't I? I'll be bothered to kill him. It'd probably benefit me if I do, but... yes, I want to go through here. And then through here. Right. So what do we find through here? Do I need to... What? Ah, it's stuck. Right, okay. So there's nothing that way. Lots of mushrooms. Lots of mushrooms. Okay. Door lock switch. Flip the switch. Okay. Ah. For a set interval, the storage room is deactivated. For a set interval. Okay. Oh, that... That is a narrow space of time. Oh, it's going to go through the same... That doesn't seem long enough. Hang on a minute. Okay, that... Forcing you to use these to blow up these mushrooms to get past... And considering the Colonel had to give me special permission to be able to use these. Right. That should be enough. Right. Let's try again. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Oh, I see. There's the spikes are making their way out. They come out to where I was standing. So there's more spikes coming out now. So if I move from here there. Got it! Oh, very phallic, isn't it? That's an image. Right. And now we watch them all melt. Oh, okay, they just faded away rather than like burst into fire and screamed. Anything in this room? No. Okay, how's my health looking? Health is looking fine. Right. Let's see. So, only place I've got left to go on this floor is security room and also room 303. Ooh.
This is Jack. Colonel Burke, do you copy?
This is Burke. What's going on?
Contact the security room. There's a survivor there named Marcel.
The internal partition has been opened?
No. It seems that an access key is necessary. The door was covered with cactuses, but they disappeared after I turned on the sprinkler in the storage room. I'm now headed to the security room to open the partition and evacuate any survivors.
Well done, Jack. I'll head for the security room. I want to hear about what happened from the survivors.
See you at the security room.
Okay, I think, yeah, look at the time. It's about 10 to 10 right now, so I will get to the security room and I'm noticing that all the growing stuff seems to have disappeared. Right. Yep, it's dead. There's going to be more of them. I'm actually quite surprised at how effective this welder weapon is. What's the betting either when I go past 303 now or when I'm coming back? Oh, all the green is gone. Yeah. So either when I go past now or when I'm coming back, something's going to happen to let me in there. So, not here. Right. And the map's indicating that there's a way in. Might fall in from above. Okay. But that'll be much later on in the game. Right. Got a save point here, nice and useful, just in case anything bad happens. And we should be past the 3-hour mark for the game. 1 minute past. Okay. Hello.
Jack, it's here. You did well. Let's go in.
Yes, sir.
I noticed the Colonel's not in armour like Jack is. I've just noticed that.
What is this? What the hell? Oh!
Is that Marcel?
We're too late.
Yep.
Hang in there.
When the cactuses finally died, the mutants came in. Oh, everyone was killed.
Don't talk. Save your strength.
Crap.
Get the ones that did this.
Ah, so the monsters are here deliberately.
Marcel! Marcel!
You've only just met the guy.
Damn.
Colonel!
Hang tough, Jack. We don't have time for emotions. We have to forget the dead and try to save the living. It's cold, but that's the way it is. We have to do what we can to limit the number of casualties.
Yes, sir.
I'll go to Deck 4.
Yes, sir.
That was abrupt.
Don't get down on yourself, Jack.
That felt as if it skipped a bit of dialogue. Okay. So that must be the door that, oh, the other character is the, forgotten his name. The partition has been deactivated. Okay, right. There's an item to be picked up there. Right, okay, that's from down there. Oh, right, okay. Arc isolation operation. Captain James McGregor, the really badly acted Scottish voice. Okay. The results of our research have shown that Arc is an extremely dangerous organism and for humanity must not be allowed to leave the ship. Then why did you fuckers pick it up? Because they went to the island where the Ark was to pick it up. Okay. Therefore, I, Captain James McGregor, adhering to NTA International Charter Article 121, Paragraph 1, order the abandonment of the Heimdall. But if anyone's infected, they'll take it with them. All crew members are ordered to evacuate. Final disposal of the ship will be decided by the NTA Defence Council. But if you abandon the ship, then you just leave it open for somebody to commandeer it. And also, your abandoning ship did not go well because most of the crew are still here. But if anyone did, abandoned ship and they took Ark with them. That's not good. In order to prevent the Ark from spreading, locks will be activated throughout the ship, and because we're unlocking all of those locks, we're allowing it to spread. Notice, and I misread that without the T. My brain said noise, which is not an appropriate response to all this going on here. Anyway, today at 1300 hours, the partitions will be closed and the elevator stopped. All crew members are ordered to evacuate immediately. Right. The console that controls ship security. Okay. An energy drink. Okay then. What do we have here? Terminal for external transmissions not functioning. What a surprise. Right. Nope, nothing on his body. Horrible sight. Nothing on his body either. Okay. Right, so this is no response from anywhere. Okay. Right, nothing there. Right then. I think we're at a stage. Let's just check this panel here. Control security. Yep, that's fine. It's over here. Yep, they're all the same. Right then, I think at this point, just do a quick save state. That feels like a fairly decent place to stop. Despite the earlier hiccups that I had before, I've actually made good progress, I think. I know that the Deck 4, we're only able to explore a certain amount of it. So we're going to be heading there probably next. Decks 5 and 6, I think I've got access to. I should probably go back to the elevators to find out. I'm just going to have another check to see. Why is my... I don't get why, but my mouse is not switching between screens properly. No, there is still nobody to raid. So that will mark the end of the stream. So let's just sort this out. And probably a good thing as well, because my throat is getting a bit tickly. I think it just might. Yeah, I mean, it's been, what is it now? Oh, it's been a month since I tested negative from COVID over Christmas. And I've still got a tickle in the back of the throat that's becoming a bit annoying. It's going to be interesting to see whether I can run the game tomorrow. Yeah, a bunch of friends of mine, we get together and do some role play on Saturday afternoons for those who are watching who do not know us. Been doing that for quite a few years now, and I'm running the current game. So yeah, going to be interesting to see whether I can manage that. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress I've made, despite the hiccups at the beginning. Gonna have to see how long that actually took. I'll do that in editing for the VOD. I'll do something in that to help streamline it, so people who who are catching the VOD don't have to sit through the whole thing without knowing when it gets fixed. Might do some sort of skip through or something. I'll figure it out. But yes, thank you for dropping by, everyone who has been here, including those who weren't around for the full duration. VOD for this should be up by midday Sunday. GMT. I will be back online again Friday next week, 7 PM GMT again, to carry on from where we are here. Links are below. My YouTube, if you would like to subscribe there, give me a follow on here if you are enjoying what I'm doing here as well. Playlists are from YouTube. I need to update those to get some more recent stuff on there, because they're more of my older ones. Yeah, my Discord, if you would like to come along and chat during the week. And there's also my book on Amazon and Kindle, if you are inclined to throw some pennies my way. And it quite literally would be pennies, if you, regardless of whether you get a paperback or read it on Kindle. But it's a small amount of money that can go my way if you would like to. Yeah, I think that's everything I need to cover. yeah, as I say, there's nobody on to raid at the moment, unfortunately. Nobody who I follow. So that will mark the end here. I do like to raid people because it gets a bit of notoriety around if you are raiding people. It certainly gets people's attention when you do it. I've noticed it when it happens to me as well. I think I've been raided about 3 times in total. Yes. Slow growth, slow growth. I'd rather slow growth than like some meteoric thing that then crashes soon after. But yes, I am definitely enjoying this game. It's got some of that like 90s and early 2000s cheese factor, especially for what games were like back then. And yeah, definitely going to be recommending it to anyone who enjoys Resident Evil. But yes, I think that's everything I need to go through. And I'm rambling, as we can all easily do. But yes, I'm going to go off to have an appointment with the Snoring Slab. I think most of you would probably also want to as well, unless you're in another part of the country and it might be quite early for you. But anyway, I've been enjoying this game. I have been late to the beard party. It's always late for everything. Yes, I hope you all have a good weekend and have a good week, and maybe see you again next week. Bye.